Welcome, reality programmers. My name is Anne, and today I have my lovely special guest, Jo Gifford, who's going to assist us with her intuitive light language. Perhaps see what comes through. But today I'm going to talk about definitely elephant lineage and possibly stargates. I've been working on stargates for about a month and a half. So what I've intuited recently is that elephant DNA lineages, the elephants walk along ley lines. So they like grid workers, and they hold access codes to the earth grid and the ley lines. And they're very magical. They have the trumpeting, their sound and tones, and they trumpet and sing into the ley lines, the earth grid. Their trunks can also, their trumpets can also be weaponized, and their tusks can rip through time space as well. So these DNA genetics are usurped for use in stargates. Stargates, just a machine cannot be a stargate. A stargate is multidimensional. It creates portals between dimensions, and the only way you can be interdimensional is to be sentient life. So if you are not sentient life, you do not, you cannot access other dimensions. So the AI cannot access other dimensions unless it carries sentient life genetics, which is why it steals from us to be multidimensional. So stargates are sentient, they have a sentience to them. And of course, elephant genetics, among others, is usurped in stargates. Their tusks can rip through time space. If the stargate doesn't have access codes to somewhere, it could just use elephant tusk DNA to rip a hole through time space. And anything coming up for you yet?
I'm just listening to your intro and allowing the energies to build or to come together. And I just love elephants. That's really what's going through my mind. You posted that the smartest elephant video on your Telegram channel
Wasn't
today.
that amazing?
So beautiful. And they're just such magnificent beings, such a presence about them. And so like their community, their sense of community is beautiful. And some of my favorite, ways to waste time is to watch videos of the elephants that are rescued, and how a new elephant will be brought to a rescue and sort of put in a quarantine area. And as soon as it makes a noise, this whole herd comes running across the fields, calling out, calling out. I mean, it just touches your heart. So for me, it's a heart thing as well, a heart center energy that I get from the elephants. Yes, I understand from your perspective what you're saying about stargates and what they can do, but I think that they are contributing to heart-based energy in this realm at this moment too.
Elephants have been very abused in our realm, because they have access codes to ley lines and the earth grid. There was a time where elephants were used in war.
Mm.
Hannibal,
Mm.
from our ancient history, and many others across the Middle East, Southeast Asia, India. they would ride elephants into war and use them for military purposes. They were obviously trained elephants, but these elephants who, as you say, are so social and family oriented and loving, they were forced to trample people and tusk people, gore people. And so these war elephants carry so much trauma from the battles in our history. And of course, these battles were some of them were major battles. And the elephants, because they were enslaved, their genetics were also usurped. So their access codes to the earth grid were also stolen. And so their dark magicians, the bad guys, would anchor this war energy through the elephants into the earth grid and go multidimensional. So that land would anchor battle energy across time space, across history, throughout history. And so the elephants are carrying so much trauma as a collective from this, and karma. They're getting karma and trauma from this. I did connect with several actually of these war elephants, and they were just, I was just crying. It was really quite emotional and too sad. But I think with the healing and reclaiming of our elephant genetics and authorities and access codes to the ley lines in the earth grid, as we reclaim these in our awareness, we actually can take the power back for our earth grid. The corruptions and usurping and abuse of our earth grid and ley lines, we can actually help restore it. And our ley lines also have harmonics to them, so the harmonics need to be restored, the sounds and tones of the elephants, the ley lines. But just with this awareness, I think we're on a good path to reclaiming our earth grid and ley lines, which basically means free energy. I don't think we can really have free energy until our ley lines and earth grid is, in better shape.
I remember you saying that before in a previous video.
Yeah, I mean, free energy harnesses the cosmic and earth energies, and if they're corrupted or disharmonious, the free energy will be dirty energy. It won't be clean. And I do believe that it's not only free energy to power our electronics, but it's also this energy that radiates out that's healing. It's a healing energy, so we don't get sick.
Right.
And so there's a lot of components. We've really got to think about how to restore and heal our ley lines and earth grid, and this, I believe, is one way is healing and reclaiming our elephant genetics. And we all have dark expressions. If you have a dark expression that usurped and corrupted and betrayed and devoured and did terrible things, enslaved elephants for use in war or corrupting ley lines, then this is a great chance to revoke doing that too.
Yeah, because you're right. It's such a, when you see when like a little baby elephant is caught or trapped, all of them come and they're lifting it out. They're so caring. And for me, the first level of healing has to be of that trauma more than anything that's happened to them interdimensionally. In your perspective, in my perspective, it's the healing of the trauma of making them be in a way very much different to who they truly are, forcing them to lose sight at times of their love and their sense of community and becoming something they're not. So kurienzeki ka shuteki se tukabokonji kinene ningene anini ondandi ningandi ngobeti tsakakanya. Si unaka kabaku undezek isse se aku a te ina anyako hinye nu kute sia kuya tsaka atse enyane enuk se nge enyuna. Sheungakanye tsakatik ose bibitikane shanikoe si chek nge nunanani andakika sekutaria shesiko yanukuka sejik ange sabati kon seke sise sekia saka esiane kanya kionge kabayat sesi she shusheni kanya tarikike se susheni kambandi sekika niat sekiku haritia shesianya shunyetikia sekike se shiasi oshania nia nua matianya henya dakie shiati kayatia te enyanena enyania no nyania no nyana wania nia no wania yeshia koe chet seke nia se te sekea shet sekea haritia sheshonia kamoyetse ambikike sekukriania kian zekukaya nyukaya shika sekika setikanya terikike hayetikanya sionakia tekaya sakrietse si ne tutarianene kike umbe nakia. Oh, esia teana kiese teana kue sajekenia sekike haretia shuniakian sekia seabuianiatia karianekea sayachasi se kuyetikania tikea sariarkikenze biandea rekianaka enderiakuka seatuyenenekike ambokuria chika yushikonya tukuria sekaba ati zekianya korea shkaya ushikonyo toria kaba batia tsukuria nenekike aria chukanya tsikabaka chanere kuka ingia zekia sekia kukaritska unge betsk ase shia sukuya naka e chukanya. Asiana keka.
Oh, wow. That exposed quite a lot. Your light language was calling out. It was like a call out to the collective, to the elephant collective, wherever those genetics are, for people to reclaim them. So now I think a lot of people might be crying for sure. I mean, when you reclaim these genetics, they're very, well, for me, they were filled with trauma, but I just move, breathe, do what you love, because I think you've reached out to the elephant collective, the cosmic elephant collective included. Very
Kuabea kundea cheke sikandea tute tikana. Kindea tukayana kie zebauti ete kuka etsekendea. Andia ke kuze seo shushenzi kanyet kukaya.
wow.
And you know what came to my mind as you were talking was the Terry Pratchett books and the he's oh gosh, now I'm never going to know the name of the books. About the town is called Ankh-Morpork, and it's a flat plane of a place, of a realm, and it's in space, and it's on 4 elephants, and 4 elephants support it along with a turtle. And as it just came out of nowhere. So I think, a lot of the time in books, whether authors understand it or not, they're actually accessing a truth and interpreting it, in different ways, so that the elephants support the realm.
Definitely. And actually, the elephants, the 4 elephants supporting the turtle, supporting the world, I've seen that in ancient mythology. So that's actually not a recent thing. That is in our ancient mythology, China or India, or I'm not quite sure where, but I did come across that when I was researching the turtle, the cosmic turtle.
Terry Pratchett's just taken it from that mythology. I didn't know any of the
Yeah.
history of it. They're fun books. They're silly, fun books. But that's what just popped up. I think it's a metaphor in a way for what their energies and what they do for the realm.
Yeah, they definitely hold up the earth grid and the ley lines. And they're also, so that means they're also connected to the electrical realms. We have our realm, and then there are several electric realms. Each area, country might have electrical realms that are a part of the energy structure and
Mm.
flow and maintenance of that land area.
Well,
And
Christopher Anitra of The Quantum Businessman talks about an elephant. I cannot remember her name, but
Topsy,
Topsy, I know, and
Topsy.
Topsy is
Oh,
now in the electrical system. I mean, it's a pretty sad story what happened to Topsy, but she's now traveling the energy waves, the
I've
energy.
spoken to Topsy a few
Yeah.
times, and when I
Oh,
heard that video, I'll post a link below. But when
mm,
I heard that video, my God, did I cry?
yeah,
Tears were just streaming out.
yeah. She was treated so badly, and
Yeah.
she lashed out, and they punished her for it, and decided to test what it was to electrocute an animal that size. But anyway, Anne will put the link below if you want to go and investigate that episode with Chris.
Yeah, definitely. It's worth watching. It's kind of a fascinating perspective. And I just got triggered to cry, and then I somehow connected with Topsy, and I've worked with the elephant lineage for about a year, a bit over a year, I think. But this ley line, and I didn't make the connection to the stargates until this month. And there's a lot of abuse and usurping, but we have stargates in our skin suits. The earth has stargates, they're everywhere. And so we really have to audit and reclaim our usurped energies, and we've got to really work on shutting down a lot of stargates that are not for our highest good. And that's just awareness and reclaiming our genetics that are usurped for that. And the elephant DNA lineage is one of those
Mm.
lineages for sure.
Shuketika puka ati e te kanya tia ke tu. Kike seti unyakate si I tia te tsukui nikamba. Hanyati ke kia kuatia sakanyaki. Hindeongo. Beriando. Yambuendina. I am Weani. Si chizie ayam niam nia anyam yani nia niona angieno anyam niam ani Nyang wanyane amboyaniana Shiakia shashatik ungane Si ki sen niendain de ki te se ki kanya tuku et se senye. Hianda kayet siket suke shuk nge shusha. Tkumbe si tsika anyetea kayatea soyeteka. Soyejak nge shtuk ebok aitenieka. Hingiyesh takuyetsaka, se chuk ambakariet sese, se kuijojenia kunya tarikike, aziate jojeniaka sesa. I'm just letting the light language flow. I'm not trying to interpret it. It's just what's needed and most beneficial for all concerned is being transmitted.
Beautiful. Well, yeah, I mean, with the full moon coming up, I think there's always potential to heal. The moon always carries a lot of energies to transmute, to heal. And so with the supermoon, I guess everyone, well, a lot of big game players will be called to transmute energies, perhaps reclaim the elephant lineage, genetics. Yeah.
Well, I think whether, people wouldn't maybe agree with me, but I think we're doing really well as a collective, to be honest, energetically. We've made huge changes. And I'm actually feeling somewhat elated, a little bit elated at the moment because of the changes, because of the breakthroughs, because of the stuff we're healing and how we're breaking through into that new frequency, and becoming in a way more familiar with it and letting go of the old. That's how I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who are just accepting the flow and working on their awareness and their self-healing probably are doing better than the people who are still attached to the conspiracy theories, which we all know are mostly true. So it doesn't help us reclaim our energies. For me, the most important inner work is to be in the moment and generate the emotion and the feeling that you want as much as you can.
Yeah. On one level, all the stuff that's happening out there in the world is a distraction from what we're really here to do, which is heal ourselves, become self-aware, become aware of how we have been existing and perceiving the world and perceiving ourselves, and to actually start breaking out of that very limited definition of who we think we are. And the things in the world on some level are manufactured to keep us distracted. So I would definitely start, like, more and more just becoming aware of that, but not letting it be your main focus for anybody that's watching. That the best way to help this realm is to put yourself first and look after your emotional state first. Heal your own stuff. Find peace within you and peace with your world that you live in, and keep reaching for that higher understanding, that higher awareness, that more expansive state of being. And the world will, in a way, follow along with you. That's, being a leader in this realm. The world and its energies, it's like you are creating a wake as you move forward, and the world will be carried along in that wake. People will be carried along in that wake with you as you take control and become more aware of who you are and who you can be.
Yeah, I think spot on. If we're not aware that we are multidimensional, if we're living in a very 3D world attached to the mainstream narrative, I think that the AI does reward that in some cases, but in other cases, you can get very lost. So yeah, focus on being in the moment, doing what you love, breathing, moving.
Yep, exactly. Ijukia pokonde sitenia, kongea setushe sekike endia sesa. Yeah, we're doing well. Believe it, know it. We are. Better than is immediately obvious, I think.
I think so too. And I think in order to win, the only way we can win is to heal ourselves, take the bad guys out of the game, to wake up, realize we're multidimensional, grab those dark versions of ourselves, take them out of the game, and reclaim our energies that are being used to manifest crap. So wake up, heal yourself, just have that intent. Your higher self knows how to do a lot. It does need permission sometimes, but your higher self knows how to do a lot. So let's all do the best we can to heal ourselves and in the moment be in joy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Jo, for your time and your beautiful light language and your lovely wisdom.
You're very welcome. That's always fun.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you feel lighter and less entangled.